Welcome to Public Safety Talk Radio, the podcast for all of our heroes of public safety, including law enforcement professionals, firefighters, EMTs, corrections officers, healthcare workers, and more. The show is produced by the POCUA and is founded upon its Soundness Initiative. This episode is sponsored by the Finest Service Organization, a provider of line of duty death loan protection through many of our POCUA institutions. I'm your host for Public Safety Talk Radio, Ken Bader, welcoming you to part 2 of Quick Nutrition for First Responders. Tina McDermott, our weight loss coach, speaker, and inspirational cook, talks about making quick and nutritious meals that you can take on the go for just about any first responder profession. Let's listen. So if there's a, let's say there's a police officer, because you got so many great things that you're going to show us today. Say there's a police officer. He or she does not have a significant other yet. They're just focused on the job and their career. And as a number of police officers do, they have their main job, and they may have a side job. They'll do security at a stadium and things of that nature. So they have very, very little time, but they don't want to stop at the Burger King on the way to the shift or on the way to the stadium. What might they be able to make quickly and take with them on the job, or to maybe even that side job?
Great question. And then I'm going to transition into my salads in a jar. Okay. So, and I'm also going to talk about how to make a quick, easy lunch to take with you, or dinner,
Perfect,
or whatever you want to call it. Okay. So the number one thing is to take a couple of minutes a week and prep. Because the time it takes for you to prep your food is all the time you're spending in line at the fast food places. Okay, think of it that way, and it's saving your health. It's saving your health, and just think about it. If you had your cooler, oh yep, I'm off camera. Sorry, here I am. Here I am. If you had your pretty flour for the women little cooler bag, and it's sitting on the seat beside you, and you're hungry, you don't have to waste your brain space. What am I going to eat for lunch? What is there? Where can I go? And you don't have to waste your brain space there and the time to go and get food, because you already have it in your little cooler bag that's sitting on the seat right next to you. And there are days when I was here and there and everywhere, driving to everyone's houses to train them. This is before I had my studio. And I didn't have a lot of time. So there'd be days that I would just get a can of sardines, throw it in the bag, get an avocado, throw it in the bag. I would get a glass container with the lid. I would literally, this is what it would look like, throw it in the bag. I'm like, I go in my fridge, what do I have? Okay, I've got a carrot, I got some cucumbers, and out the door I'd go, okay? And in the front here, I always have forks, knife, salt, pepper, some napkins. There's my little salt and pepper that needs to be replaced, and napkins, so that when I get 5 minutes or 10 minutes to sit and eat, I can open up. Look, you don't have to do sardines, by the way. I just happen to like them.
Yeah.
You could do tuna fish. You can do canned chicken. Okay. I prefer the tuna in the pouches though when I'm on the go, because they're easy and you can just you can find cans of tuna that have the pop lid.
Sure.
Yeah, so those are the things that I would do. Otherwise you have to throw your can opener in your bag as well.
Well, the most important question on this is, if say you're a police officer on the job for 10 years and you're there with a rookie and you're covering one of the let's say higher crime areas in a very large city, where do you get a stylish flowered bag like that to carry with you in the squad car? Because nothing will intimidate, a gang member or a drug dealer like a flowered bag.
Hold on a second. I have to show you my husband's cooler. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. It's right over here. I'll show you my husband's cooler. He's had this for almost 30 years, as you can tell, probably. He's a steam fitter welder. So this is what he fills every single morning with his lunch and his snacks and his smoothies and and his orange. And so he does the same thing, but he throws it all in a huge cooler, Ken.
Got it. Got it. And I like the decals. It's like those travelers when they used to, put the stickers on the on the suitcase.
I think it's 30 years worth of stickers on that cooler. I gave him a new cooler, Ken. I got him a new cooler. It was pretty blue with a white lid. Same style. He refuses to use it. He refuses. He has to use that ancient one. He has to use that ancient one.
Well, it's nostalgic. But anyhow, let's get back to the salad thing.
Okay. So back to the salad. By the way, if you are traveling and you have a partner who isn't on board with you with healthy eating, throw one of these salads, throw 2 of them in your lunch bag and give your partner one. And I guarantee you will convince them that this is the way to go to stay healthy. Okay. So the very first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to teach you how to make the most simple dressing on the planet Earth and my favorite ever, 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 because I'm Italian. I love olive oil, and olive oil is what belongs in salads. I stock myself up with these wide mouth mason jars. And they have the measurements right on the mason jar. Remember, I'm lazy. I don't even measure most of the time.
Smart, yeah.
But the mason jars already have measurements on them. And every jar should have about 2, 3, 4 tablespoons of some kind of dressing. Now, I don't do jarred dressings because most jarred dressings also have MSG in them, also have rancid fats that are bad for your heart. And why not get some wonderful heart-healthy olive oil that tastes delicious as well. More delicious than anything that you can buy jarred. Here's your recipe. It's
you will be proud. You'll be proud of us. We do not have any jars of salad dressing in our house. My wife makes salad dressing from scratch.
I love her. I love her.
Well, come out to Long Beach. Well, we're already married, but that's probably another religion that we're talking about.
No.
But but come out to Long Beach. I'll introduce you to her. But anyhow, we do not believe in store-bought salad dressing. She makes her own dressing. Usually there's mustard and something else. But anyhow, I'll stop interrupting you. Go on with your dressing.
Fine. It's so simple to make your own dressing, Ken. It's so simple. I did a half a cup of balsamic vinegar. You can do any kind of acid you want. You could do lemon juice, apple cider vinegar, white vinegar, red vinegar, whatever you want. I don't care. Put an acid in there. And then I'm going to do a half a teaspoon of salt because you can always add salt, but you can't take it away.
Yeah.
So go easy on the salt. Also, I avoid sodium chloride, the regular table salt, Ken, because it is very highly processed. And I will typically I love Himalayan pink salt. That's my favorite.
Okay.
It's full of minerals that our bodies are devoid of, because even if you buy organic vegetables, the soil is depleted of the minerals. So our bodies are depleted of minerals. You are much better off getting some really good sea salt. Now,
what we have in our house. Go ahead.
Yeah, good. Very good. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to use, if you want to use the powdered pepper, you go for it. But once you go to freshly cracked pepper, you will never go back to the already processed powdered pepper, and get yourself a pepper grinder. Now, remember something with pepper. Remember, salt enhances flavor. Pepper changes flavor.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Yeah.
There you go. That's our dressing. How simple is that? You can't get any more simple than that. Okay. Olive oil, vinegar, and salt and pepper. Now, I do have another dressing that I make using some yogurt. Get plain unsweetened yogurt.
Yeah.
Throw in some Italian seasonings and some powdered garlic powder and some salt. Mix that all up, and you've got your own little ranch dressing.
Can you use sour cream as well, or is it just going to be too tangy?
Sour cream sounds amazing, but it might be too thick.
Yeah, good point.
It might be too thick, so you might want to, if you do use sour cream, water it down with a little milk.
Okay.
Water it down with a little milk, and then you're better off. Okay, so there you go. I have 5 jars. Did you notice I didn't measure my dressing? I just kind of poured, and it's
Sort of even. Okay.
sort of even. I
That
don't
is
have time to measure. Just throw it in. Do you have time? I don't have time.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I'm a hungry girl. I'm hungry. So here's the thing. With the salads in the jar, the dressing's at the bottom. You don't want to mix it with the lettuce yet because it'll wilt. It'll cook the lettuce,
Correct.
literally. So on the bottom, you're going to put harder vegetables that can marinate. What kind of vegetables can marinate, Ken?
Any vegetables can marinate, but see, I'm not a cook, so.
Well, do you want to marinate zucchini? Would you want to marinate zucchini on the bottom?
I want to do something to zucchini so I could actually eat it.
Do you not like zucchini?
I'm not a. You know what? I actually, and my wife will tell you this. I am a big fan of vegetables. I will eat most vegetables, but I'm more of a spinach, broccoli, green bean person. I'm not much of a squash.
Okay.
That's probably the best way to put it about me. I'm not much from the squash family. Yeah, I like the leafy green vegetables, asparagus, things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you sound like my husband. So you want to put.
Sounds like a great guy. I love his cooler. He eats like I eat.
Yeah. So you want to put vegetables on the bottom that can marinate, harder vegetables. The zucchini
Right.
you can throw in. It might get a little mushy, but the tomatoes, absolutely, tomatoes can marinate.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to get soggy because you just don't want sogginess, right?
Right.
You don't want sogginess. And look what I'm doing. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lunches, 5 lunches, all made up. So now you don't have to worry about what's for lunch. Mm-hmm. There's no thinking about what's for lunch. You know what's for lunch every day. And you don't get, and this is how, I talk about losing weight naturally. This is also how your body starts to get rid of the extra fat when you don't put processed foods in it, like fast foods, that you don't know what kind of spices are on there. You don't know what kind of fat they fry things in, or because here's the thing. I like fried foods. I normally air fry, but I use olive oil. You want to use the good kind of oils, not the rancid kind of oils. But what's for lunch? Salad in a jar. That's what's for lunch. If I wanted to, I could cut up my broccoli and I can put broccoli in there. I just don't have time to cut up broccoli and throw broccoli in there right this minute. But harder vegetables go on the bottom. Vegetables go on the bottom.
One important point I do want to make this is one of the few times, because I'm having so much fun on this show, and sometimes we get really serious on Public Safety Talk Radio, but especially in these times where I know there are a lot of police officers and their families that are worried about where to get food, because unfortunately there are some places that just are not law enforcement friendly. I won't go into that, but it just is what it is. Coupled with the fact that police officers, as well as all first responders, have really high stress jobs. And the last thing that you want to do is, I think when I'm stressed, I think, all right, I'm just going to grab something quick at McDonald's, or I'm going to grab something quick at Burger King. And that makes you even more stressed because now you still have the stressful problem, and you've just eaten crap. No offense to McDonald's and Burger King. I love you guys, but to eat it every day is probably not a good idea. This is a way to kind of ensure that, hey, I know what's in my food. I don't have to worry about going to a non-friendly law enforcement place. And then I also know that I'm going to get something hearty that actually is going to help my stress levels. I'm not going to be stressed about gaining another 10 pounds and not being able to do my job properly and so forth. So I love this option that you're showing us here.
You made some really good points there, Ken.
I try not to make a habit of it, but every once in a while I'll make a good point. Go ahead.
No, you did. I mean, I'm near tears thinking about, you can go into a restaurant and it can be a non-friendly restaurant or non-friendly place, and it's so sad because our police officers, our first responders, they're they're having, they're heroes.
Yeah.
There are heroes. There are heroes, and they deserve the utmost respect. That's what I think. And I do have tears in my eyes. I'm going to have to go get a tissue.
Well, but
Ah.
and it's not even because of the onions, but we are
No, peppers.
but we are showing them how to make a heroes on the go meal here with these salads.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what it is.
Now a word from one of the POCUA's proud business partners, OfficerPrivacy.com. OfficerPrivacy.com was founded by Pete James, a law enforcement professional with over 25 years of experience. Pete wanted to find a way to help law enforcement officers protect themselves and their families. So he formed a team to create a way to quickly identify and remove their information from certain sites. OfficerPrivacy.com is the result. This service is already offered through a select few of our POCUA organizations. As a listener of Public Safety Talk Radio, you can take advantage of a special offer from OfficerPrivacy.com. Go to OfficerPrivacy.com/POCUA, and when you sign up, you'll get 2 additional bonuses. In addition to removing your personal information from the top 30 people search sites, they will give you your first 2 months of monitoring free. This is a value of $39.98. In addition to that, you'll receive a cell phone privacy device, a $19.99 value. This prevents data from leaving your cell phone when you use public charging stations and is a must when traveling. So go to officerprivacy.com/POCUA today to take advantage of this offer and to protect your privacy. Organizations who are members of the POCUA and are interested in offering the service directly to their members, contact us at POCUA@btcinc.org.
So what I did here is I cut up some baby bell peppers, and back to my lunch box. I'm known to throw these right in my lunch box as well, because you can just eat them and throw away the tops, because there's not a ton of seeds at the top. There's just, look, that one had nothing in it. That one had no seeds whatsoever in it.
Yeah.
And look at this. If you're at a party with your friends or your family and everyone else is eating a whole bunch of chips that you know are not good for you, you can make chips out of peppers, little baby peppers. Chippies.
Interesting. Yeah.
There you go. You got chippies right there. So once again, back to our salads, I'm putting harder vegetables in there. Now, why do we want so many vegetables? Why do we want so many vegetables in our life, Ken? Any clue?
Because it keeps us from eating crap.
Yes. Yes. I love that answer. I love that. Perfect answer.
I got one right.
Yes. Well, it fills you up, which is really important, right? You fill up on really good vegetables that you love. There's nothing wrong with eating carrots. Carrots are wonderful. They're wonderful for you. And eat the rainbow. I always tell people, eat all sorts of colors, because one day I counted, how many colors did I eat today? I had all green stuff because I was eating kiwis and avocados and greens and cilantro. I'm like, I need some more color in my life. Eat colors.
But see, the problem with that is you could eat something moldy and that can count as green.
No! No! No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. So I'm still cutting up more vegetables. I had cucumbers. I forgot to put the cucumbers in there. But what about olives? What about, the cucumbers, celery? I had celery. I could have cut up celery and threw celery in here. The world is your oyster. What vegetables do you like? Throw them in. Throw broccoli in. Throw cauliflower in. I don't particularly like cauliflower and broccoli raw, but some people do, especially if you cut it up small and you're able to eat it. Now, I'm almost done here. Almost done. We have 2 more things that need to go into our jars. We have our dressing. We have a bunch of hard vegetables. Oh my gosh. Now I'm thinking I need olives. I got to go get olives and put them in there. Now I'm going to put some chicken in there. You can do hard-boiled eggs. Don't even cut them up. Throw the hard-boiled eggs right in there. You could do, again, if you like sardines, put sardines in there. You could open up canned tuna or a can of chicken breast. I like canned chicken breast. It's really good. Make a quick chicken salad with some celery and some carrots and some mustard. if you're watching your calories and you don't want to do the mayonnaises, which are full of rancid oils and a lot of them have MSG in them, can you tell I'm stuck on those two things?
Yeah, I'm sensitive theme, but that'll be another show.
Yeah,
Continue.
yeah. You can use mustard and some Greek yogurt, and mustard, and make yourself a chicken salad or a tuna salad with some Greek yogurt and mustard. Okay, so now I'm going to get a spoon so I don't dirty my hands right now. And I had a rotisserie chicken, and I got an organic rotisserie chicken from the store the other day, and we didn't finish it, my husband and I. So
And I understand for all of those Costco fans out there, I don't go to Costco because we don't have kids and it's just the two of us, but I understand that Costco has really inexpensive and really good rotisserie chicken, so you can use it for a lot of stuff.
Yep. Here on the East Coast, there is Costco, but there's also BJ's. And we went to BJ's the other day, specifically just to get a rotisserie chicken. And we ended up buying a whole bunch of stuff, but why not?
That was an expensive rotisserie chicken, is what
it was. Yeah. It was like almost $200 worth of a rotisserie chicken. And so next, so now you're going to put your protein, right? Choose your protein, whatever you like, throw it in. Because if you want your protein to marinate, then put it on the bottom. But if you don't want it to marinate, put it up at the top. I'm going to make some room here. Hopefully not. And now you're going to put your lettuce. You're going to put 1 to 2 cups of lettuce.
Now, as you're doing that, do you want to? I'm assuming if I see that as my wife does, you got higher end lettuce in the plastic container, so you don't really want to use that crappy iceberg head of lettuce. You want to use something that's heartier, like a spinach or something. When you're putting it in the jar, am I on the right track, or am I just nuts?
I think I love your wife. She knows her stuff. She's teaching you well. The answer is yes. You want the greener your vegetables, the green leafy vegetables, the greener they are, the more nutrition they have in them. And which brings me back to another thought I had before. You want to eat your vegetables because they're full of enzymes, digestive enzymes, which help you digest your food, as well as fiber, as well as vitamins and minerals. The darker, the greener, the leafier the vegetable is, the more it has of those vitamins, minerals, digestive enzymes. So when you look at spinach, now don't quote me on this number, please. Spinach versus kale. Kale probably has 50 times more nutrition than the spinach does. And get the baby kale. If you're not used to kale, like, oh, I don't like kale, get baby kale and you'll start to like it. Okay. You'll start to like it because the baby kale, that little small kale leaf, has all the nutrition that large leaf has. This is a spring mix that I got. And I have a paper towel out to show you something. If you don't use all of that spring mix and you want to keep it, sometimes it goes bad in the fridge. This is what you do. You get a paper towel and you put it on the bottom. And then, let me grab a couple more paper towels. You get another paper towel and you put it in the middle, and then you get another one, and then you put one on the top. I put too many in there, but that's okay. It will stay much fresher in the refrigerator like so, but don't wait a week to eat it. Eat that for dinner. Even though you're having salads for lunch, it's okay to have a salad for dinner. Every night we have a salad as well as some steamed or roasted broccoli or cauliflower or carrots or something. Every night, I take
it the paper towels kind of soak up the moisture and it'll keep the lettuce from wilting per se.
Yeah, absolutely. And these salads in the jar miraculously will stay good for 5 days in your refrigerator. Okay, they will stay good. Now, that rotisserie chicken we got on Saturday, and it really only has 5 days. So I need to eat all 5 of these by Wednesday, basically, because I have that in there. Now, when it's time to eat your salad, Ken, you're going to take your jar and I'm going to eat this for lunch. So I'm just going to shake it up. Yeah. You're going to shake it up. And you're going to get your fork that you put into your little lunch bag, and you're going to eat it right out of the jar. Now, if this is too messy to eat out of a jar kind of person, bring a big bowl, throw it into the bowl and eat it out of the bowl. Okay. This is solid nutrition that will get you through at least 4 hours before you're hungry for a snack or something. And, maybe put a little bit more protein in there if you're a bigger person that needs, or you work out a lot, you need a little more protein. 4 ounces for women, 6 ounces for men is the standard. That is the standard. 4 ounces for women, 6 ounces for men for every meal.
Yeah,
so look how pretty they are.
Yeah.
Look how pretty.
Yeah, they are pretty. Let me put you back on the speaker view so we could see you in the pretty salads rather than my bald head. But you made now see, I got to do it again. Do it again. There we go. Perfect. Now see, that might be like a great picture that you can use for promoting the episode.
There we go.
But anyhow, be that as it may, you made an excellent point in terms of nutrition and as it pertains to first responders, because as we talked about with Nate Palmer in season 1, where we talked about fitness and nutrition and the fact that first responders, public safety, these folks have very stressful jobs, but many times very different jobs. Police officer, his job is going to be different, and his or her needs for nutrition may be different than a firefighter or possibly a healthcare professional that works in an emergency room. Some may need a much higher level of protein in a jar like that. Others that may need more energy and may need some different vegetables and so forth. So that's a great tip in that you can cater that salad meal in that jar to exactly what you need for your profession and you personally.
Yeah, that's beautifully said, Ken. Beautifully said.
Like I said, every once in a while I make a good point. I try not to make a habit of it. But we have about 10 minutes together. Do you have one last tip or piece or something you could show us before we let you get on with your great day and eat your salad, by the way?
Oh, I will. I have to figure out which one I shook up. There it is. Okay. So now I love smoothies, and I'm the smoothie queen. I even wrote a smoothie ebook. And I found chia pudding, and now I'm eating chia pudding almost every day. And I make these little chia pudding parfaits in these little glass jars that, again, are grab and go. You go to my sister's house, and she prepares her husband's parfaits 2 weeks at a time. And you go in her fridge, and she has literally 14 jars already prepared of breakfast parfaits for her husband. I said, that's crazy. She said, that's what I do. So
don't mess with my process.
That's what she does. And now you can just grab and go. And this is a phenomenal breakfast, snack, dessert. Snack or dessert. And it's all going to start with a banana. Now, your banana does not have to be uber ripe like this one. It could be like so, but not green. Now, because this one is ready to be used, I'm going to use this one, because either that or I freeze it, but and I throw them into smoothies. But we're going to do 2 bananas because we're going to make a bunch of chia pudding so that we can have some chia pudding parfaits every morning. It's funny, I used to drive to my studio every morning, another half an hour to my commute, right? I mean, my commute, I had a commute, half an hour. Yeah. And now my commute, do you want to know how long my commute is?
No, I'm not interested.
10, stop. It's 10
Wait, let's start over. Tina, how long is your commute?
10 seconds. It takes me 10 seconds to get to my studio, which is here in my house now, as I train everybody virtually. But and I'm like rushed for breakfast. Why am I so rushed for breakfast? I grab a parfait out of the refrigerator. It's just ridiculous. Like, I'm spoiled these days. But anyhow, so what I did, super easy. What did I do? I smashed a banana. How easy is that? That is my sweetener. Banana is my sweetener. Banana.
So if you're using the banana as your sweetener, you probably want it to be a little bit more ripe, don't you?
You are smart.
Hey, you know what? My mama didn't raise no fool.
You are smart.
I picked up on something there because, yeah, if I
Good.
remember right, because I'm a big banana person.
Oh yeah.
I love bananas. Little known fact is I'll eat fruit until like it's about almost ready to go. You know,
That's my favorite.
where
Yep.
where where where, where my beautiful wife, I affectionately call her the fruit snob, and once it starts getting a little too ripe, it's like no, you could have that. But yeah, I noticed that as the bananas get more and more ripe, there's more and more sweetness to them.
Yes, that is correct. I like fruit right on the edge as well,
Hmm.
right on the edge. So what I did is I got some plain unsweetened Greek yogurt. I
Okay.
don't recommend that you get the flavored yogurts because they add sugar to it.
Yeah.
Even the vanilla, they add sugar. I'm hyper sugar sensitive, and you might say, "Well, I need the energy." Yeah, but let's get sugar from eating some dates, some natural
Something
sugar
natural. Yeah.
versus sugar that has been highly processed and added to your yogurt. That's just a no-no in my eyes. So I get plain unsweetened. You can get regular yogurt or the Greek yogurt. Greek
Mhm.
yogurt is just a little thicker. And you know, this is if you like dairy, if you like to do dairy.
Mhm.
I don't really drink milk, so I love drinking almond milk. So I'm gonna thin this out with a little bit of almond milk.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna thin it out with a little bit of almond milk. Watch how super simple this is. Now I'm going to get some extracts because
Mhm.
I like maple flavor. So I'm going to get a maple flavor extract. So I'm going to have maple flavored chia pudding. So I'm going to put some maple in there, and I'm also going to put some vanilla in there. You
Mhm.
know what? I don't believe I got that teaspoon out to measure. I normally never measure, but whatever. Okay, then you're going to get your chia seeds. I always put my chia seeds in a jar. I love glass jars, so all of my nuts and everything are in glass jars.
Mhm.
I don't like chia seeds just to throw them in. I don't like them like that, although they'll soak up all the liquid and they'll get puffy.
Hmm.
I don't like that texture. I'm a little weird like that, but that's okay. What I did is I ground them up in my coffee grinder. So I got
Huh.
four tablespoons of chia seeds. And so you don't have to grind them up. I just throw it right in the coffee grinder, and yeah, we'll make coffee the next day, no big deal. So I
Mhm.
put 4 tablespoons of some chia seeds in there, and I'm going to mix this up and put it in my jars, and we're good to go. That's it.
Wow. Yeah, that's an interesting. I don't think I've ever. I know I never had chia pudding parfait. But that's an interesting tip that you could just use your coffee grinder and toss those in. Unless you like the puff. If you're a fan of the puff, then you could just toss them in whole. Correct?
Exactly. You can put them in whole. You absolutely can put them in whole. I've done them whole. They're okay whole. I prefer them ground up. I
Got
just
it.
like the texture better. Now, what I'll do is once I get this all stirred up in here, and
Mhm.
this is again yogurt, almond milk. It's about 4 cups of yogurt. It was this whole container, about a cup to, depending on how loose you want it, of some almond milk, couple of teaspoons of extract, vanilla extract, almond extract, peach extract, hazelnut extract. What flavor do
Right.
you like? There's chocolate extract. Throw it in there. And if you
I'm
like,
a vanilla extract guy myself.
yeah,
I love
then
vanilla, but yeah.
get some really good organic vanilla
Mhm.
extract and compare it to the less expensive one. Huge difference.
Mhm.
Huge difference. So now I'm going to, uh-oh, I made a mess.
Now we got to end the show right there.
Yeah, end the show.
Cause you know all these great cooks and chefs out there, they never make a mess inside their
They
kitchen.
never make a mess. Never. So now we're going to make our little funnel.
Hmm.
We're going to make our little parfaits. And I was supposed to leave room at the top, but I made a mess. And that's okay.
That's okay. We'll make fun of you later.
You can make fun of me now. My sister hates when I make messes like this. She's like, what did you do? I said, I'm lazy. I'm lazy. This is what I do when I'm lazy. So we're going to put lids on these. And then
Okay.
before I serve it, see, I wasn't supposed to fill that up all the way.
Hmm.
I will chop up some fruit and put fruit
Ah,
at the top.
okay.
So I'll chop up some fruit and put some fruit at the top. So what a mess. No wonder, good thing I'm using a tray here.
Yeah, thank God.
So I'll serve this. When I go to serve this, this is how much I'm supposed to put in there. If you can see my messy one here.
Yep.
You know what? Life isn't perfect. Neither am I, and I'm okay with that.
Our first responder friends will be the first to agree that life is not perfect.
life is not perfect, and neither am I, and I'm okay with that. Be okay with it. I love kiwi. I love kiwi better. They have more potassium than bananas do. So I'm a cyclist, so I'm always exercising. I'm always on the go. I'm always needing some really good energy food and potassium. And people, I need to eat my banana for potassium. Eat your kiwi for potassium. It has so much more potassium than bananas do. So I put some kiwi on the top, and then I'm going to put some nuts. Now you can put the nuts right before you eat it, or you can put the nuts right now.
Got it.
And there you go. You've got your little breakfast parfait.
Nice. Just make sure if you have diverticulitis like I do, then put more fruit instead of the nuts.
Oh, yeah. Or, yeah, if you have diverticulitis, then the truth is you probably can have some nuts. You just can't have the seeds.
Yeah.
You got to grind them up and do things like you can put peanut butter in there.
Ooh,
right?
I love peanut butter.
Put a little peanut butter in there, which brings me to the next thing I want to talk about if we have a little time. Do we have a few
Please,
moments?
go ahead. Yep.
So there's our parfait that I made a little bit of a mess, but
so be it.
So be it. Put lids on them, put them in the fridge, grab and grow. Grab and grow. Grab and go.
Well, you can grow, just grow properly. Grow muscle. Grow.
Grab and grow. I wanted to show you some quick snacks.
Go for it.
That are energy snacks that are really, I had raspberries too to put on top of the parfaits. We'll put raspberries on the parfaits.
Yeah, plop those suckers in there.
Oh my gosh, raspberries are they're so good for you. They're full of fiber and they're full of antioxidants that are just, you need to be eating raspberries, all kinds of berries every day. Now, mix-ins and snacks. This is what I highly recommend that you do. You get a little baggie for every day, and the world is your oyster. Make up what you want in your little baggies, okay, of your snacky snacks. Yes, I call them snacky snacks. Now, we're on my dates. I had dates out here. Dates are energy food. So if you're a firefighter and you need like some quick energy that's not a ton of sugar, you get yourself some dates. Remember, there's pits in there. I make a wonderful chocolate pudding using dates as the sweetener. But you throw some dates in these little baggies. When I go on a bike ride, people pull out their bars and they're eating these processed foods. And here I pull out an apple and dates and nuts and here's some flaked coconut. Again, remember I was talking to you about.
That's right. You're big on the coconut.
Antiviral, antifungal, antibacterial. Eat coconut. And what else do I have here? These are the hazelnuts that I had out before. What about some cashews? This one's not opened yet, so I'm not going to open that just yet. Here's some walnuts that I toasted up and put them in a jar. I'm going to throw some walnuts in there. And here's my snack for the day.
Yeah.
And depending on the day, put some almonds in there. What do you like? What do you like? Put them in your snack. Have you ever seen goji berries, dried goji berries?
No.
They are, again, full of antioxidants because of the red. They're called proanthocyanidins. They go in and
say that fast 3 times.
Yeah, I practiced for years. I did. But they literally go in and eat up free radicals. The goji berries, remember that. They are wonderful. And they give you wonderful energy. Make your little snacky snacks, the snacky baggies, and off you go. What about just throwing an apple in your cooler or an orange in your cooler and eating some peanut butter? There's nothing wrong with that. Look at nature's own wrapper. Look, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I want to eat that.
Yeah, actually, a lot of times, when apples are kind of on their last leg in my house, is I'll chop them up and I'll toss some peanut butter on top of it, and that'll be my breakfast. It almost tastes like a caramel apple. But
Great idea.
but when you're on the go and you want to take like your favorite fruit, since you're such a fan of coconut, do you just bring like a whole coconut and a drill with you?
No, I find a hammer and a chisel and
you're 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 like Tom Hanks in Castaway, trying to find two stones. Um,
well done.
Tina, I had so much fun with you today. I know we went a little bit over time, but that's okay because you gave us so much great information for our first responders and public safety professionals out there that need to eat healthy and don't have a ton of time and can still obviously, create a very high nutrition meal for themselves. Any last tips that you want to share before we go? And of course, tell people where they can find you if they want to get some training for their firehouse or for their police department or for their business that might serve first responders. So last tip and where they can find you.
Oh, wonderful. Last tip, drink water.
Mm-hmm.
Drink your water. Drink half your body weight in actual water a day. Don't put anything in it. People put those powder things in there. Don't. Mother
As I'm
Nature
sitting
did
here
not.
drinking coffee.
I love coffee. There's nothing wrong with coffee. There's not the coffee is not the issue. It's how much people drink,
Yeah.
and they forget to drink water. That's the issue. Drink your water, okay? Drink it and put a straw in because it makes it fun, and it's all about fun and having joy and fun in the kitchen, right? And fun with wherever you are. Put a straw in there. I'm serious. You will have fun drinking out of a straw. I train all my clients to do that, to drink out of a straw, and it makes them drink more water.
Make sure it's a paper straw, though. We don't want to kill any turtles. Go ahead.
Bamboo, reusable.
Ah, yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Bamboo.
Sustainable.
Yes, reusable. I love it. I feel like a cave woman when I'm drinking out of my... I do. You should say I cook out of stoneware, cast iron skillets. I feel like a cave woman. I love it. So how people can find me, it's tinamcdermott.com. That's my website. And you can find me there. You can book me for a cooking show. And I'm happy to do whatever you'd like. And I can send you my proposal with all of the different cooking classes that I do. And I also have a free gift for everybody.
Awesome.
Free gift, yeah. If you can go on, again, tinamcdermott.com/JG, which stands for Joyful Gut. Okay, because we all want a happy belly, and it literally is supposed to be called a gut, so we have to call it Joyful Gut. And I wrote a whole ebook on it, and it teaches you everything about drinking the water, about the vitamins, the minerals that we talked about in the vegetables, the fruits, and it talks so much about just how you can be healthy, vibrant, and free the rest of your life. And it would be my joy to have you in my tribe. So thank you.
Well, it was a joy to have us in your kitchen for all of this great advice. Tina, I love what you're doing. Love what you're sharing out there. Thank you so much for spending all this time with us.
You are so welcome. It is my pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Awesome. And thank you to all of you who have either watched or listened to. Of course, I would suggest watching this one since we're both on YouTube and on many podcast channels. But thank you for joining us, and we'll be back with you in about a week with another great guest. Take care and stay safe. Public Safety Talk Radio is produced by the POCUA. POCUA is a consortium of financial institutions serving law enforcement as well as other first responders and public safety professionals. To learn more about our association and to find one of our credit unions or service providers near you, go to www.policecreditunions.com. And always remember, if you aren't working with one of our POCUA credit unions, you're just banking with an institution that just so happens to serve first responders. As a public safety professional, you and your family deserve better. Find a POCUA credit union today.